Welcome to Custom Home Builder Solutions, also known as CHS, a job costing, full accounting, and profit management software for the professional home builder. In this particular video, I'm going to talk about something that you'll find about paying off liabilities that you might have, like maybe for some reason, although most custom home builders actually, I guess it depends on your state rules, don't really collect sales tax and then turn around and pay sales tax to a state comptroller. But perhaps you're doing some remodeling where you're required to collect sales tax, so you have. And when I click this button to post new payables records, I have a button up here that I want to talk about. It says paying off a loan, sales tax collected, payroll taxes. So we have posted some entries where we charged some sales tax and collected it from one of our customers on a remodeling job. And I'm going to play like I'm looking at paying my sales taxes as of 12/31/2015. And then you'll see in this drop down thing that it really is only your liability accounts that are here. And so I want to look at this. And what this is it's going to show me my liability account balances summed by job and department. And that's what I want to talk about, because down here it says make sure you post your payables entries or your job closing entries for correct payoff amounts and use the appropriate jobs and departments so that they were clear out properly. This may require posting more than one line. It is important to keep the trial balances and cash flow reports for individual jobs or departments in balance by using the appropriate jobs and departments to pay off their liability balances. So let's take a look at this, the balances as of 12/31/2015. The balance, there's a balance for Sane of $381.57 and a balance for Vista View. I actually know where this one came from because I was demoing and showing how we charge sales tax for some reason on a change order, even though in general we don't. But I was just demonstrating how you charge sales tax and then that gets posted to sales tax payable when you're posting the deposit for that. And in Sane, we actually did create a job cost billing accounts receivable invoice, which we got payment for also. And so we're having sales tax payable. It actually relates to these two jobs. I'm going to export this to PDF so I can minimize it and keep it down in my taskbar, which is what you should do if you're about to post the entry. But let's go explore this just a little bit before we post the entry. What I'd like to show you is how active CHS is in tracking cash in and out and little individual trial balances for jobs. So I've gone home and I'm going to go to the financials section and let it get open. And then I'm going to expand this area for trial balances. Now, one of those jobs was Sane, which I said we're doing some remodeling work for, so we actually did charge some sales tax. So we're going to select that job, and I'd like you to see what you see when you pull up the trial balance for the job. And notice how CHS is so great, even without having separate accounts for each job on your chart of accounts. It can comb through your database. It can show for this job how much is unpaid, posted to accounts payable, basically, that's unpaid. So there's a balance in accounts payable trade for this job. But notice that sales and use taxes payable is showing $381.57, that we have that much sales tax payable due for this job. And then we posted sales, remodeling, and cost of sales. You can see that our cost of sales hasn't actually been paid yet, but not that that's relevant to this. But notice that if I go post an entry to pay sales tax payable, and I don't use this job code when I post that entry, this won't get cleared out. So I need to use the job code so that we can get that cleared out and not show sales tax payable for that particular job. It's almost like CHS will run little jobs for their own separate set of books. That's what happens when you have a great job costing program. So what I'd like to show you is we have our little printout here. We show how much as of this date and how sales tax and uses payable is currently broken out. So we're going to want to post 2 lines when we pay the State Comptroller for this. So let's do post new payables records. And since there's jobs showing up other than the H job in that list, let's select our State Comptroller. Since there's jobs showing up, we're going to do job related because a quick bill won't let us select any job. So let's do a job related entry to pay this. You can do any bill here and still use the H job. But let's go ahead. It's looking and checking that State Comptroller for any alerts, plus I have a video running. But let's go ahead. The first one on our printout was the same one, 381.57. So we're going to do same, but the thing is you would not post this to a cost code. Even though it's alerting you that you should use a cost code, you shouldn't do it. And we like to use the end of the month date that we're paying for. So let's go to December 31st, and we'll just call it December 2015 tax. And I can't remember that amount now, so let's do that. 381.57. So we have that amount and we put it to the same, but the other thing we want to be sure about is that we also put it to the very same department. Both of these are Department CH, but you might have something else that has some other department. So you want to use the job and the department. That shows up here, and that's why this is summed by job and department. It's possible same could show up twice if you somehow made a sales tax entry and used another department. When you were doing a receivables invoice or something else. So I'm going to I'll just copy this line. I don't know why. Probably just needed to add a new line, but now we need to select our other Vista View job that we saw in there, and let's take a look at that. It was Vista View 3811 193.79. You will have this printed out beside you. That's why I copied it, because I didn't want to retype this. I shouldn't talk so much while I'm doing a video. 193.79. So now I've got those allocated to be paying off based on the job, and it's 575.36 is my total. And we've done our sales tax return. If there's a little difference, you might be posting that. If you get an earned discount or something from your controller, you'd be doing another line, and that should be to the H job. Shouldn't even relate to the jobs. Some other line, but you want to be sure you clear your sales tax payable account. That's what GL number is dropping in here, connected to the State Comptroller. But if you do another line for some sort of earned discount or a penny or two difference, you might post it to a GL account for miscellaneous income or expense and post that line to the H job, zero cost code, just OH department. But these 2 lines, let's just say for some reason we did our sales tax return and this is exactly what we're paying the State Comptroller this time. I will submit that and I'll post it as unpaid to do in our check run. It's showing me, because I have job codes, it gave me a little bit of warning there, but let's post it as unpaid. And let's go back to look at let's first of all look at this account again, the sales tax payable as of 12/31/2015, and that was $23.50. Just do a little report. Have no records, because when they sum up they were just zero. It means it's cleared out. There's no balance in that account. But let's jump back over here to this trial balance for sane again. Now you'll notice that there is no sales tax due, and that's it. in the little trial balance, we've cleared out the sales tax payable for sane, and that's what we wanted to accomplish, and we were able to do that by selecting the proper job code. The same sort of situations, like we say on here, this is just a handy button for you to quickly look at those liability accounts, some by job and department. You may have payroll taxes, I guess, that you're wanting to do a range. You can do a range of all those payroll taxes, or some other, you might be looking at other liability accounts that you have just because you want to see, and you might use it to help you do some other sorts of payoffs, and look at how much is allocated to job and department in that particular account. Hopefully you get the idea. This is just a little tool for you to look at those balances broken by summed up by job and department so that you can post them properly when you post the bill. Thank you for watching.